Narcissistic people often have this thing where they're incredibly hypocritical. They have those double standards. It's one rule for you and a completely different rule for them, one that serves them due to their sense of entitlement and their exploitative nature. When it comes to narcissistic individuals, if they feel slighted, if they feel criticised, if they feel betrayed, if they feel like you're not paying them enough attention, if they feel like you've humiliated them by giving them some constructive feedback, they will happily fall silent on you. They will happily ignore you. If they see someone more important than you in the room, to what they believe to be more important than you, they will ignore you and move on to somebody new. And they expect you to put up with this behaviour. However, when you have had enough and you begin to distance yourself and you begin to ignore their tantrums and their gaslighting and their provocations, when you switch off from them, they don't like this. They like the validation. They like the attention. So when they're not getting the attention they believe they're rightfully owed, they will often go all out to double down and escalate their behaviour. Now, a narcissistic individual, if you're still in a relationship with them, be it your parent, your friend, your partner, they might come on strong with the Hoover to apply that intermittent reinforcement. So they might start love bombing you again, charming you again, messaging you, claiming they've seen the error of their ways, offering that false apology where they blame you. I'm sorry if you hadn't, I'm sorry but you didn't. Where they will give you those false promises of change, only they don't change. As soon as you go back, they revert back to their toxic, hurtful behaviour. They might go into denial. They might just act around you like nothing is wrong, like nothing's happened. They can start accusing you of being awkward, of being selfish, of what's your problem, of you had a bad day, what's wrong with you, where they're looking to pass all the blame over to you. They can become incredibly obnoxious and grandiose to try and provoke that jealousy and gain attention from elsewhere. They can try and guilt trip you, accuse you of being difficult, claiming that you've changed because they can no longer control you, claiming that you're awkward, you're selfish, you're stubborn. A narcissistic individual consult to the point where you're concerned that they might do something and they might threaten to harm themselves, so you feel compelled into being there for them. They can play the victim and twist it how everything's your fault or there's some external circumstances that's led to their behaviour and it's your fault for not caring more about them. They might accuse you of not caring. They can potentially rage, they can lash out at you, and your personal safety needs to come before limited communication with a narcissistic individual. They can go all out to seek revenge, and some of the cruelest revenge possible. They might move in with a neighbour, they might start smearing your name and going all out to ruin your reputation and your credibility any way they can. They might get with your sibling, with your cousin. They're going to go all out to try and gain that revenge on you, and some do get that pleasure out of your pain. And when all else fails, a narcissistic individual will disengage from you altogether and they will blame you. It'll be your fault. Some might move on to new pastures where people don't know who they are or the things that they've done. Some will stay close to home because they don't see themselves as the problem and they're looking to keep an eye on you while telling everyone that you're the one that's obsessed with them.